Hey guys, so a friend of mine wanted me to review this movie, but it's not actually available on Blu-ray. So I'm going to be doing a very, very rare first review of a DVD. I don't buy DVDs very much anymore, but someone sent this to me and said, please review it, so I'm going to, as best I can. Basically, it's Six Bullets, and it stars Jean-Claude Van Damme. It's one of his direct-to-DVD releases. Essentially, what happened with Jean-Claude Van Damme, if you don't know, is in the late 80s, he made a bunch of low-budget martial arts films, and they were very popular. And by the early 90s, like 92, he was starring in Universal Soldier and, for director Roland Emmerich, and became like a huge star. But then, he got addicted to drugs and alcohol and a bunch of other stuff, and kind of screwed up his life and his career. And then divorced his wife, married some other chick. They, lost most of his money. They got divorced. She married this, then he remarried his first wife. She got him off drugs and kind of got him back into the swing of things. But by that time, he was sort of relegated to direct-to-DVD movies, and that's what he's been doing since about 2001, 2002. And this is sort of one of those. But in the last couple of years, he did a movie called JCVD, which sort of put him back in the limelight, and then he did a voiceover character for Kung Fu Panda 2, and now he's in the Expendables 2, and a lot of people are saying he might have an opportunity, and of course that's going to give more publicity to things like this. Six Bullets is a movie. It's set in Romania, and basically he plays this mercenary who, uh, you know, rescues children who've been kidnapped and sold into like sex slaves. And Joe Flanagan, who was on Stargate Atlantis, Stargate also created by Roland Emmerich, ironically, but Joe Flanagan plays a mixed martial artist him and his family come to Romania, and his daughter gets kidnapped, and of course he hires Jean-Claude Van Damme, and the action ensues. He plays a really cool character. It's sort of it's sort of like Taken, kind of a little bit of that, a little bit of Man on Fire, but like it's sort of like if Taken was made in like the early to mid '90s. And was made on a low budget, and you only saw it like on cable or something. That's really what this movie felt like, and that's, I grew up watching those movies. I did. I love action movies. I always have, and that's really what this reminded me of. It reminded me of being like 10 years old, of the summertime when your parents went to bed, and you stayed up late watching a really cool movie, that was shot in some foreign land, but everybody, miraculously spoke English. There were little things in it where they, like, immediately, like, this woman meets Jean-Claude Van Damme, and immediately is like, you were in the French Foreign Legion, thus explaining why he's in Romania and why he has a French accent. Which, if you are a fan of Jean-Claude Van Damme, you know that every fucking movie he was in, they came up like he was either Canadian or fucking in the Universal Soldiers, he was like from he was from New Orleans, which made from Louisiana, which just made absolutely no sense, but stay tuned. But anyways, it's one of those really it's a good movie. First of all, it's a really good movie. I actually really really enjoyed it. He did another movie called The Assassin or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it's called. That was also really good, but I actually really enjoyed this one. Is it something you should rush out and buy? No. This is definitely, though, a really, really solid rental. Rent this, pop it in at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. You're gonna love it. It's gonna remind you of those times when you loved Jean-Claude Van Damme and you loved action movies. It's really killer. If you want to go and buy it, do it. I mean, but I don't know. Sony didn't exactly go balls out with this release. They put it in the cheapest kind of case they can. You can actually see through it. You can fucking see the cover through the thing, which they put no special features on here. They didn't even put a fucking trailer on it. And they didn't put it on Blu-ray, which I don't understand, because at the beginning of it, they do have a trailer for like Blu-rays. Like, you wouldn't buy a HD TV, or you wouldn't buy a sports car and not put gas in it. Why would you buy HD TV and not a Blu-ray player. And I'm like, I have an HD TV, I have a Blu-ray player. You just didn't put this thing out on Blu-ray. But you know, this is one of those movies that in a year or so is going to be relegated to the $5 bin, and you know, pick it up then because this is a really cool movie. It really is. It's not worth going out and spending $25 on. I don't think any movie is if it doesn't have special features, if it doesn't have supplementary material. But if you find this one for like $5, definitely buy it. Otherwise, rent it. Do yourself a favor and rent it. It's a really cool action movie. Alright, I don't know if I'll ever be reviewing any more DVDs, but I hope that was cool, bud. 6 Bullets, check it out.